happens when 40 tons of logs start to slide? What happens when a tree falls the wrong way? Welcome to Machine Universe, where we find out.
Voiture de part et d'autre, je ramène. Nice! Heads up!
This was the scene all over Carmine,
On
Illinois.
live TV, no less, this guy deserves an honorary Darwin Award.
He's literally standing under the trees. It's gonna fall into it. There it goes.
That's what you'd call a committed groundsman. Never underestimate a wind-blown beach. That guy shows why anchoring the stump is mandatory. If you skip the cable or the PPE, you're basically digging your own grave. Pounding the clutch like that is painful to watch. The Massey Ferguson 265 tractor really takes a beating here, but refuses to quit against such a stubborn root system. Did you see how much load that truck is carrying? It's insane that a road chassis even made it out of there. That clutch must be screaming for mercy right now. Chaos. For this specific machine class. He's burning time wiggling the load free. A seasoned pro knows 2 quick picks are far more efficient and cause less wear on the trailer stakes. It is wild to think that Douglas fir was growing before the United States even existed as a country. Look at the bar size on that chainsaw. It looks like a toy next to a 500-year-old trunk. I bet sharpening that chain took forever. If you want to see real machinery pushed to the limit, so much better for the forest than cutting live trees. Really shows why you need the right gear for the job. Even with older wood, precision harvesting ensures valuable resources aren't wasted during the cleanup process. Serious Quentin Tarantino vibe. coming off this thing. Instead of separate machines, the excavator powers both the chainsaw and the splitter head. The operator just swings over, grabs a trunk, and crunch, instant firewood. Building a functional saw mill from scratch using car tires is solid engineering. The stability on that pine log is surprising for a homemade rig. But man, the lack of guards is nerve-wracking.
Already got pinching?
Even watching this through a screen makes me sweat. You can almost feel the heat radiating as he works. Felling them is critical to stop ember spread, but it's hands down one of the riskiest moves for any sawyer.
Nice! Heads up! No! Woo!
Mount it!
Look at that chainsaw dangling in the void. How does anyone stay calm dangling 35 meters up? It takes serious guts to handle a chainsaw at that dizzying altitude. This is basically a giant industrial vacuum cleaner for the forest. It roams through the woods, sucking up all the leftover branches and logs, leaving the ground nice and tidy. It's the ultimate cleanup crew wrapped into one powerful off-road vehicle. Standing there watching the nose lift up, you expect something to snap. The operator is definitely having fun, but the mechanics back at the shop certainly won't be laughing. Mastering these mountain trails takes years. You really see the difference between rookies and pros. What do you think is more frustrating? Having your chain derail mid-cut on that steep angle, or watching the log you finally cut steamroll all the way to the bottom? Well, at least the log de-limbed itself on the way down.
There's a zoomed out view of it.
I would be terrified to drive that. One big bump on that dirt road and the whole 30-ton load is shifting.
Ja.
This is the opposite of safety. A crane takes 20 minutes. This takes 20 seconds of pure luck. We're looking at a historic Gattersag in the Mühlhausen sawmill in Germany, an operation that's been running for ages. While slower than modern bandsaws, its multi-blade design from the last century is perfect for processing a whole log in one pass. If tree felling isn't your thing, a chainsaw is definitely not the tool to experiment with.
Achtung, Baumfeld! Scheiße.
Those trucks are probably wondering what they did to deserve that. Wrong tool for pulling trees. Plus, he's standing in the worst possible spot. Forget clearing land. This thing just hits the delete button on the forest. It's like a 20-foot tall wood pencil being put into a 450 HP sharpener. Incredibly satisfying to watch that sawdust fountain erupt. But I'm wondering, what do they do about all the stumps left behind?
C'est comme un mystère de part et d'autre. C'est vraiment mystère.
This has to be a modern art project, right? They built the car around the tree. It's the only logical explanation.
Au-delà de tout entendement, ouais. Qui transfère c'est la voiture de part, et d'autre, jusqu'au siège qui est transpercé.
You're seeing a perfect example of a dangerously shifted center of gravity. Too much weight on the rear axles lifts the steering tires completely. The problem starts with overloading, causing the road to fail. Now the rear wheels are buried and the front axle is light, killing traction. I don't know about effective, but that cable setup is clearly hazardous. Look at those guys standing so close. He's totally in the snapback zone if that line breaks. Edge of a cliff, tiny bit of space, giant rig, and somehow he still pulls the turnoff. The driver handled it like a pro, but man, my heart was in my throat the whole time. They're called a Wagner L120, built for grabbing an entire stack at once. It's moving slower here, probably because the operator is still getting the feel for it. Have you ever seen this hydraulic wedge used before? It looks way safer than the old hammer method. What do you think? The operator must be having the best day ever. There's no better feeling than firing up a brand new $70,000 plus machine for its very first job. This 7015 TRX stump grinder must be the 74 horsepower model. It's the perfect size, big enough for heavy work, but small enough for tight backyard jobs. Look at that technique. He's through the log, perfect plunge cuts. That's a professional operator's speed. Direct hit on the controls. Pretty impressive aim for an accidental drop. That's one way to unload without a forklift. A rough method on the chassis, but it works. That log is way beyond the loader's comfort zone. Gravity just took over.
Everything about who they were. We can keep doing that. For his wife.
Took me at least 3 reviews to get what was going on.
Oh.
Modern harvesting in Thuringia relies on machines like the John Deere 1270D harvester. Pairing it with a Logmax 6000 head makes it ideal for heavy timber. It grabs, fells, delimbs, and bucks a full-size tree in one pass. The level of efficiency is honestly staggering to watch. The Ural 555-7 truck is just a true off-road beast. It looks like absolutely nothing can stop it on a firewood run. The ingenuity is there, but that wooden frame flexes way too much. It's a smart DIY, but it's just not as safe or accurate as a modern metal mill.